So let's learn about this topic, interconvention between PDA and CFG. So in this topic, first we'll learn what is CFG, what is PDA, and then we'll see the interconvention between that. We'll see the conversion from CFG to PDA and from PDA to CFG. So the formal definition of CFG, we can define it as V, T, P, S. V is the finite set of variables and T is the finite set of terminals. Now we talk about the variables. So variables means where we can substitute values, and the values can be variable, terminal, and it is denoted with the capital letter. And the terminal, this terminal is given in a small letter. We cannot substitute anything in terminal. Just remember this, that V intersection T, this V intersection T is equal to phi, means there is nothing common in between variables and terminals. Now P is for production rule, so we can say it as substitution rule. So we can define it as alpha is to beta, where here we can see that there are two sides. Alpha is in the left one and beta is in the right one. Now if we talk about the left side, that is alpha, there is only one variable, and in right side, that is beta, there can be variable, terminals, and etc. Now S is for the start variable. So let's see what is start variable. The top left side symbol of every production rule is the start. Now let's see what is push down automata. So we already know finite automata, and in that we studied about NFA, DFA, and the finite automata is used to recognize the regular language. Regular languages are powerful, but we have languages which are more powerful than the regular language. So we need more powerful machines. If language is not regular, then in that case we need more power machines. So simply what we did, we added the finite automata and the stack. So finite automata plus stack is what PDA, that is the push down automata. So now let's look into the formal definition of PDA. So it is Q, summation, tau, delta, Q naught, Z naught, F. So let's understand this. So here Q is the finite set of states. Then summation, this is the input symbol. This tau is the stack symbol. So which alphabet you are pushing inside your stack. Now the transition, this delta is the transition function. This delta is transition function. So this delta is transition function. Now formula of this is delta is Q into summation epsilon into tau gives Q into the reflection of tau. So this is the function, transition function. Q into epsilon the summation union epsilon into tau gives you the Q into the reflection of tau. So now Q naught is nothing but the initial state. Z naught is the stack symbol. By default, the top of the stack denotes Z naught. So it is defined symbol which is present inside the stack. So Z naught is the default symbol for your start stack symbol. So and F is the final state. F is final state. Now we'll see the conversion from CFG to PDA. So let us take an example. S is to ASA, S is to BSB, and S is to C. The production rules are given. This is a context free grammar. Here we need to convert this context free grammar into push down automata. Now how to design a push down automata? So to design a push down automata, first we need to push the elements into the stack and then pop it. So here are the two rules which you have to follow if you want to convert CFG to PDA. The first rule is first of all write all the production rules and then start popping the elements. So let's solve this example and this concept will be more clear then. So now let's write all the production rules first. So first is S Q naught epsilon is equal to Q naught epsilon. So here Q naught is the state and epsilon is the value of the stack. So there's nothing in the stack. This stack is empty. So let's come to the second. So S, Q naught, epsilon. In this place of epsilon, we write it as S is equal to Q naught, and the first value is S, that is ASA. So ASA. So now we have taken the top of the stack. In this second production rule, we have taken the top of the stack. Similarly, we will write for the third one S comma Q naught comma epsilon comma S is equal to Q naught comma BSB. And similarly for the fourth one, S Q naught comma epsilon comma S is equal to Q naught C. So we have written all the production rules, and now we'll start the operation of pop. Here popping, now we'll do the popping. Here popping is taking place in production rules, and there we do not input signals. Now we are taking the input signals to pop. So the fifth one is S. Now we are doing the popping. So A comma A is equal to Q1 comma epsilon. Now here the states are changing from Q naught to Q1 because we are doing the popping. It is changing the state. So similarly for another two. So S Q naught comma B is equal to we'll start from Q1. Sorry. So it is Q2 comma epsilon, and for the last one is S Q2 comma C is Q3 comma epsilon. Now we have taken all the production rules. Now we'll make a transition table. So we have written all the production rules. So with the help of these production rules, we'll form a transition table. So for forming transition table, we need serial number, state, unread, input output, then stack, and then finally the transition number. Okay, so this unread input can be like, you can take any example, any string. So we are taking the string A B B C B B A. So here the state is Q naught, serial number 1, stack is empty, and transition number is also 1. So now for serial number 2, state is Q naught, A B B C B B A. Or in place of epsilon, now we are replacing it. We are taking the stack and we are replacing it with stack with transition number 1. So now in place of S we are placing ASA. So ASA is in second transition. So in place of S we are placing ASA, and this ASA is for the second transition with the state Q naught. So Q naught A B B C B B A ASA, and the ASA, and our transition was 2. So now stack contains A and unread data also contains A. So with the help of rule 5 of production, this is a popping rule. So we are popping A. So we have popped this A. Now it is 4, and the state changes from Q0 to Q1. See, we have changed earlier the state was Q0, and we are popping with the help of rule number 5. So here rule number 5, the state changes from Q0 to Q1. And the transition from 2 to 5. Now in place of S, we are writing BSB. BSB is a third transition and a state changes to Q0. So in place of S, we are writing BSB, and BSB is in third transition. And now again this state changes from Q1 to Q0. And transition changes from 5 to 3. Now same element, pop it. We are using the 6th production rule. So we are popping the B, and for B we are using the 6th production rules for popping B. And a state changes from Q0 to Q2 here in the transition to 6. So Q0 to Q2, BC BBA, SBA 6. So in unread input output there is one more B. So there is one more B. So again we can replace the S with BSB. So and the state changes from Q2 to Q0, BC BBA. In place of S we writing as BSB BA, and transition changes from 6 to 3. Because for transition of writing BSB, we are using the third production rule. So again we have got the same element, so we are popping B. So again for popping B, the transition changes from Q0 to Q2, CBBA, SBBA, and the transition changes from 3 to 6. Now S can be replaced with C, and for replacing C, we have the fourth transition rule, this one. So now we are replacing S with C. So and the transition goes from Q2 to Q0, and the transition number is from 6 to 4 because here it is the 4 production rule. So again we are popping it. So now same element, so we are popping it. So 10th one, and for the popping of C, we are using the for popping C, the transition goes to Q3 from Q0. So Q3, BBA, BBA, and from 4th to 7th our transition number goes. Now again pop B with the transition, again we are popping B with our production rule 6. So we are popping B. So this state goes from Q3 to Q2, BA, and this goes from 7th to 6th. So now we have the same element, we have popped both. So for the last time we are writing it, 12th one is because we are at last we are popping A, so, and for popping it goes to our transition, like for popping A, we are going from state Q0 to Q1. So finally we'll write it as Q1. Now it is empty, and the transition ID goes from 5th to 6th, 6th to 5th. So first we have to write all the production rules, and then we have to start popping the elements with the help of transition table. Then we will get our PDA. So in this form we can convert the CFG into PDA. So now let's see the conversion of PDA to CFG. So context free grammar and PDA are equivalent to each other because we can convert context free grammar to PDA as well as PDA to context free grammar. So CFG is equivalent to PDA. So here we have given a PDA, and for given PDA we have to convert it to context free grammar. But before solving some examples, let's look into some of the rules. The production in P are induced by move of PDA as follows. So first rule is S production are given by S Q0 Z0 Q for every Q where Q belongs to capital Q, and capital Q here is the all set of state, and S here is the starting symbol. So rule 2, for every popping move S Q comma A comma Z is equal to Q dash comma epsilon induces many productions. So this Q comes here, the Z comes here, and this Q dash will come here, and this A will be induced. The last one is for every push move S Q comma A comma Z is equal to Q1 comma Z1 Z2 Z2 till Zm. It also induces many problems. This Q comes here, this Z comes here, and this A will go here with any Q dash. It can be any state. Then here Q1 Z Q2, and remember that these two will always be same. Like if we'll write another one like Q3 comma Z comma Q4, then these two states will be same till Qm Z Q dash, and this state and the last one will also be same. So we'll follow these three rules to convert the given PDA into CFG. So now let's solve example. Generate a CFG for given PDA M is defined as M is equal to Q0 Q1 0 1 X Z0 delta Q0 Z0 and Q1, where Q0 Q1 are the set of states, 0 1 are the variables, and X comma Z0 are the stack values, and here delta is the transition. Now our transitions are given as follows. These 7 are our transition, and for each transition we have to follow three steps. So as I have already told you about these 3 steps, we will check each and every step, and then we'll break down each and every transition. So for our first transition, we have delta is Q0 comma 1 comma Z0 is equal to Q0 comma XZ0. So this is a pushing move. So in this case we have to apply rule 3. We have studied rule 3. So for the push move we have to apply rule 3. and as here from it is clear that we will have 4 productions here, because it is 2, so 2 to the power 2 is 4, so we will have 4 productions. So first we'll make the 4 boxes. It will induce results. So first the Q naught will come here, then Z naught will come here. So and then 1 will go here, this one, and here it will be X, 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 and here it will be Z naught, Z naught, Z naught, Z naught. So Q naught, Q naught, Q naught, and here it will be Z naught, Z naught, Z naught, and we'll write it here as Q naught, Q naught, Q1, Q1, and this Q naught will write here. So Q naught, Q naught, Q naught, and here Q naught, Q1, Q naught, Q1, and these two values will be same always. So Q naught, Q1, Q naught, Q1, and sorry, these values will be same, and these two values will be same every time, this one and this one. So Q naught, Q naught, Q1, Q1. So here will be Q naught, Q1, Q naught, Q1. So with the help of rule 3 we have break down this first transaction. So in this way we'll do for each and every transaction. So I've already done for other transaction. For second transaction also we have a pushing move, so we'll apply rule 3, because here it will have the 4 productions. So this Q naught will come here, this X will come here, this 1 will go here, and this Q naught will be here, and other than we will make this transition stable. So this is for rule 3. Now let's see this third transition. Here third transition will only have 2 combinations, because we have only single one here. So we'll have 2 combinations. So Q naught will come here, X will come here, and the 0 will go here, and here Q naught, and this one is X. And here we'll first for Q naught state, then for Q1 state. So Q naught, Q1. So in this way we'll solve for this. Then for fourth transition, this one is for the fourth transition. Now this is a popping move. So we have for transition 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2 and 3 there was a pushing move. So now this is a popping move. Or for popping move we'll use rule number 3. So we'll follow rule number 2 for follow rule number 2 for a popping move. So this Q naught will come here, this X will come here, and this Q1 will come here, and will go to epsilon. So for fifth transition also we are following rule 2. On for sixth transition we are following our rule number 3, because again we will get the 4 productions here. It is a pushing move. And for the seventh transition is again a popping move. So we'll follow rule 2, and this Q1 will come here, Z naught will come here, this 0 will go here, and this Q1 will come here. So in this way we'll follow each and every transition. So now for all these transitions, these are the context free grammar. So we have found the context free grammar for all these transitions. So in this way we can convert a given PDA into CFG.